Okay, so I'm really undecided as to what I should do now because um, I'm pretty sure that something's going to happen very soon, and I don't know. I don't know the day. I've said 23rd, maybe, I've said 23rd or the Wednesday. I don't even next Wednesday. But I've been in this position where I've been saying dates all the time in the first 3 years that I was doing this, or first 3.5 years, and nothing matriculated to anything. And I don't want to do that again where I just think, oh, it's next week, oh, it's next week. And then the following week after, oh, it's the week after, and just keep doing that. I'm not going to do that. I'm pretty sure if something doesn't happen by the 1st of July, um, I guess if it doesn't happen by the 1st of July, I'm going to hope for the 10th and the 15th. But I don't know. It needs to be soon. I definitely know it's soon. It's very soon. But I'm still waiting. I think I'm waiting for a phone call to tell me that I'm on Big Brother. That's what I think I'm waiting for. Um, but my parents are here. They just decided to come up, and it's really annoying being around them because they don't believe anything that I say. My mum is like, "Oh, let's go and do some go to this place in August." I'm like, "I don't know because I'm God and all this stuff's happening again, and this whatever spiritual thing that happened before is happening again." And she's like, "Oh, are you having a mental breakdown again?" She doesn't. She's too stupid to understand, and in a way, I feel like I'm a prisoner in a prison, and they are like prison guards because they just can't understand or believe. And I'm trying to, I'm looking at the music, and it's like it's blatantly obvious that there's a lot of people that know about me, um, and yeah, I can't tell them to do that because my mum doesn't look at the internet. She's too stupid to learn how the internet works, and she's too stupid to actually think for herself as well. That's another thing that she isn't very good at doing. I think a lot of the thinking that she does is almost like some sort of matrix mixed with my higher self, mixed with her dumb reasoning, which doesn't make much sense usually. And it's annoying living with someone like that because you can have so much logic and so much intelligence behind what you say, and they just won't value it whatsoever. They'll just be like, well, no one else thinks you're God, so like, well, they do. You just have to look to see to find the evidence to prove that people think, and she just wouldn't do it because she was like, oh, don't be silly. That's she just wouldn't do it. She wouldn't believe me, and I there's nothing I could do to make her believe. And it's been 9 years, and she'll never change. In a way, she's in a mental prison, and I don't know if it's my higher self that's keeping her in a mental prison, or if she's keeping me in the mental prison. So it's like I feel like God treats people how they treat her, and if they ignore her and if they push her out, then she will push them out. And it's yeah, maybe when with these parents, my family, God has just selected people who would 100% reject her because they're just not intelligent enough to understand, um, or maybe it's something else. I don't really know. All I know is I really want to go to London, and I was planning on going to London, and they're here, so I can go back to London today and be in London. And I guess the point of being in London would be maybe do some more museums. I felt like I didn't really do the British Museum properly last time. I got a little bit lost in it, but I was only in there for a really short time because it was closing. Um, so there's things that I want to do in London, but at the same time, I also feel like I'm being hugely spiritually drained. And when I'm in London, I tend to want to do things, and the drainage is less. Like when I'm here, I feel like I'm just being drained all the time, basically. Um, and I don't know if I need to do that. If you mean, I mean, if people are going to call me on Tuesday, um, I suppose I could always just come back up to Birmingham, get my stuff, and go. I don't know. So I'm. This is just what it's like when you think something's about to happen and you think you're about to, I don't know, go off to America. And if I went to America, I'd probably want to stay there for like the next 6 months or something until I'm exposed. I've got a few plants that I would need to probably take to botanical gardens because they're not going to survive on their own. But yeah, other than that, I yeah, so I don't know what to do. Should I stay here and just lie in a bed and do research online, or should I go into London and probably do that, but also get out and do something in London? I don't know. Um, I I'm waiting for a painter decorator today. Whether actually no, that is a decision because I'm waiting also for an electrician to come, and he was supposed to come yesterday. And even at 6 o'clock, the builder was like, "Yeah, he's coming." So annoying. Why can't they just be honest and just say, he's not coming. He'll come on Monday or something, and not just lie to me. It's annoying. Maybe he's just got stuck doing other jobs or something. But actually, that would be the decision. I can't go unless I'm waiting for the electrician. If the electrician's coming on Monday, then I can't go. So, but yeah, I don't know. Um, and yeah, but if I had options from now on, my option would be to live in America. It wouldn't be to live here. I live here because I do. I much prefer England. I think the people in England are really nice, and okay, there's a mixture, big mixture, but I think a lot of people in America are kind of crazy. There's a lot of religious people there. I hate religious people, and often I think West is best, but at the same time, I then think of about America and just think of all the religious people that I've heard of, and I'm like, ooh. When I say West, I kind of mean England. I don't necessarily mean America. I mean, some of them are like film. I love film industry, and I love people with energy and who's vibrant and just people who have got interesting things to say or like to teach people things. And I don't know. There are some crazy religious people in America who are like God's for life, not for like abortion. I don't like people who are against abortion, who rally and try and prevent people from getting abortions. That's one of my biggest things that I like. Getting, allowing women to have a choice of whether she wants kids or not. I mean, that's like the most so important. To force a woman to have a child is basically to force her to ruin her life if she doesn't want a child. It's such a big decision, and you shouldn't be forced into something like that. And suicide, you shouldn't be forced. If you want to kill yourself, you should help them and make them not want to, but to force them not to, I think is with it's not going to help their mental state. And okay, maybe they will get better and improve, but I'm pretty sure that I do believe in reincarnation, and so they'll just die and come back, and then they'll be happy again then, and maybe they'll have a better life, better family or whatever. And sometimes I'm bought in my I hate my family. I really do. That they're stupid. They're morons. My dad never listens to me. He's just cold, and he's always just going off and hardly ever spends time with us. And he's not, never plays with us when we were kids. And I've had a miserable life, and I 100% be happier in my next life. I'm 100% happier if these parents weren't my parents. And it's just like, all the people that feel the same way as me, how do you know they won't be happier in their next life? They might be happier in their next life. I mean, I generally mean, I know I would be, 100% would be. Um, and yeah, and I don't think counselors or doctors would understand that, because they're so busy ingrained in the fact that you only live once and that you're not going to get a second chance, and this is it, and you have to make the most of it. And I think also a part of people like people suffering. Oh, you're suffering. Oh, you've got this problem and this problem, and you've had a bad upbringing, and parents beat you up when you were kids, and now you're a drug addict, and you feel useless. Yeah, no, we're going to make you live because we want you to suffer. I mean, you could argue that they could change their life around. Also, can dying. If they die, they'll change their life around, get a whole new body, and they'll come back together. So it's the same thing, really. Only better, because you lose the memory of all the shit that happened to you during your old life. And I want to lose the memory of what's happened to me in my old life. So, um, you know, but yes, and I want to live though, but I want to live because I know that the only reason why my life is shit is because of things that have happened to my life. And I think there's a whole bunch of people wanting to speak with me or get to know me, and I don't know. I think the same thing though could be said with my sister. You know, I don't like her. She's been against me all my life, but at the same time, she is evidence that I've had a life. So, you know, you get the good and the bad.